Realize now, guys, if you want to follow the best number in the world, then follow the number one. I mean, the number one is something that's actually helping you move forward far greater than any other number out there. Approach now, if you follow the number one, approach it's the most simple number to follow in terms of mathematics, and that way you understand straight away how to go and grow yourself. So what I do with my voice memo also is I place everything into one folder, and I have a life coaching folder, and I just let it be that way, and also a music folder. So I'm making sure anyway that when I do music, and that way I'm understanding that no matter what, that there's separate content, but it's all one form of content as well. Whereas now, because it's all one form of content, I'm making sure that no matter what, that I focus upon delivering music content when it's music content and life coaching content when it's life coaching content, because that way I'm learning very quickly. I realize although that sometimes I may put some life coaching into music production, so there's a big difference there. I'm making sure it's different kind of music production with whatever is going on. So I'm focusing on understanding that no matter what, you guys get the whole picture over here. So making sure that you guys understand straight away now that since I'm actually uploading my content online into Mega Drive now, I'm making sure that it's going into my YouTube uploads. Actually, then all I do is I upload all these YouTube videos very quickly online. I'm making sure I'm moving forward very quickly upon what I'm doing, but I'm grabbing ideas very quickly upon giving you these ideas very quickly, because I deserve success. So as I deserve success, I'm making sure that you guys understand straight away upon what makes me successful and why I'm so successful is because I choose to be. I choose to be more successful. I choose to make sure that no matter what, I have plenty of time now. I'll make sure that no matter what, that I can go really quickly upon making sure that either way, that what's important for myself now is to actually go to Officeworks right now. So what's even more important for me now is go to Officeworks quickly. And what I need to do now is just go and really, really find this nice and beautiful attitude where I can go and pump some music first. And then I go and groom myself and shower. And then I go to Officeworks and get my stuff over there. And that way I'm understanding anyway that what I do is I just grow myself. And now as I grow myself, I'm making sure to just see my content over here to see how everything is uploading. So as I find my nice and beautiful attractiveness going over here, I'm making sure that I have more than enough content to always deliver. So as I deliver content, I succeed. I succeed in different ways to make sure I'm more successful than other people. And I'm just uploading content all the time online, so I can just dwell upon something better. I can move on from my life in a way that I'm doing greater. And I'm making sure that I always have my nice and beautiful life, but I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm moving on from the past in a way that I'm learning how to grow myself. And as I learn how to grow myself, I'm learning different acts of whatever it is to make sure that I'm learning quickly upon loving myself in ways that is helping me grow. And that's the whole point of my life. I mean, the whole point of my life is to make sure I'm doing something right now to just deliver the content of love and devotion for myself to help myself be successful, because I understand straight away how it feels when you're doing something around life and you're making sure that you're understanding yourself. So if you're understanding yourself and how life is for yourself, then make sure you understand how to actually promote yourself and your name and who you are daily. So if your content is lagging, then just make sure that you go and summarize all your content and go and really, really study about what's best for you right now. Is understanding that if you organize your content, it's always the best. It's always the best thing to upload your content online and to be able to dwell upon something that's better for you. So make sure you understand that if your phone's lagging, then just go and delete the rubbish bin and just go and focus on greater ways of dealing with life in a way that you're learning quickly upon what's going on. Or that's the only thing. So make sure you understand that no matter what, that my Samsung A51 Galaxy is something that really, really does help me move forward quickly. And because it does, I'm ready to just go and do greater upon my life. And I'm deleting 1,911 images and also 23 videos from my phone right now, because it's going into, and it's already gone into Mega Drive. So I'm making sure you guys understand how that is. So as I grow, I succeed differently. I make sure always I have more than enough, I have more than enough of what I need to succeed with. Making sure that with Liverpool today, I never go to Liverpool today. Make sure that I just go to Officeworks and that's it. I have food and drink already. I make sure anyway that is my day right now. I can see where I'm going. I have to go to Mounties as well very quickly. So what I'd rather do is go to Mounties to book the day over Officeworks. And why is that? Because I'd rather have the day over there to just go and do greater. So what I want to do first is now I realize something. I realize there's something much more important than music production right now. I need to go to Mounties as quickly as possible. And now I understand that, but guess what? I realize it's much more how it is. So what I want to do now is I want to understand this. That let it all be. I just go and understand this. I want to go and groom myself right now. Quickly, I want to actually go and understand to just get my Bulge Dad's car. I want to actually go give them money now. I never want to waste time. I want to make sure that I go to Officeworks and also to my nice and beautiful Mounties. I want to go to Mounties first. I want to go and promote my name over there. I want to give them the money. So on the day, it's all happening for me. I never want to waste time about anything. I want to make sure that it's all working out for myself. So as I grow, I go and succeed quickly. I go and make sure that I can book the day before somebody else does. I mean, in a sense, so that's the way of life, isn't it? I mean, be the first to book the room. If you say something that you're booking the room, then just make sure you follow through. And make sure you give them the money, because the government's giving me the money. The government's gave me the money, but they never understand what they gave the money for. I mean, they're just giving the money. I mean, but for myself, I use the money to my advantage to go invest it back into my business. So they gave me 670. They gave me 300. They gave me $635. I used 500 of that money to place it back into my event. Why? Because I've become successful. Alright, so anyway guys, I realized that what's amazing about vocals with music is making sure that you understand that you just place one vocal track always, and never place multiple vocal tracks on one track. And now if you do that, if you want to do that, then go ahead. Go and experiments all the time, but make sure you understand that if you're making vocals of any kind in a track, then make sure you understand to just go and do it. Go and do it. There's no rules. In a sense, so what you have to understand now is, since I'm actually promoting my event over here, I'm making sure I'm much more successful. I remember when I was in Adelaide over there, and when I was in Adelaide, I was saying to myself, hey, I have to go do busking performances in Sydney. I remember that. And since that picture, I went to Brisbane and done some more busking performances over there. And I feel the picture over here. I realized exactly how the time went. And Centrelink was pushing me to go to Sydney to go do busking performances. So I understand the time. I understand they were shifting the money from $1,000 per fortnight to giving me $400 per fortnight. And that's why I had to come to Sydney, because they went from giving me fucking $1,000 per fortnight to giving me $400 per fortnight. In terms of $400 per fortnight. And now anyway, I receive now around $635 per fortnight. I'm in my Bulge Dad's house now. I've received free rent over here. But that's why I'm creating my event. I'm creating this event now. I want to make sure that I go and print my business cards. And now what to do with the business cards? I want to print at least, let's say, $30 of red business cards. And also I want to make another business card before I get there. And now with that business card there, I realize I want to let it be for now. I want to promote all my business cards that I have in my pocket now. And that way I save $30 right now anyway. So I make sure I just write that down as well. I save $30 on my business cards, and I just save also one day worth of decision making here. And I'm saying anyway that what's important for myself over here is to go again and promote myself again and again and again. I save via business cards. I save via business card printing. Whereas now, as I talk like this, I'm actually very successful. I understand Larry King can see this. I'm not saying although that I'm very successful about what I'm doing. So as I focus upon loving my life, I'm just understanding how I do greater. I do greater upon what I'm doing. So I'm understanding that no matter what, it's more how I feel that I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So as I do great, I succeed differently. I'm making sure I'm always doing something great upon my life. And I'm doing something to help my life. Alright, now because that's the case, I'm making sure you guys understand that quickly. I do my life in different ways. Alright, because I do that, I make sure that no matter what, that I never cut myself. But making sure to see always how everything is with myself, so I can succeed. And that's the whole point, yeah? The whole point is making sure you look successful. Be looking good. Be actually always understanding yourself and what you need to do to live life. But you have to always understand how to be a talk show host for your show and podcasting, and then you understand straight away how to be successful. It's just that. I mean, you're learning how to achieve your dreams. I mean, as soon as you can achieve your dreams, then you can understand that you're doing something great. I mean, doing something great for yourself at least. And that's how you move forward quickly. So what I'm doing now is I'm grooming myself first this time. I usually have a shower and then I groom myself. And now, that's how I do it. I have a shower first. And why shower? Because I feel I have to have a shower first. And I feel a shower is much more than grooming myself. But showering is part of grooming. Although, I shower first before I brush my teeth. And I realize now, why is that? Why is that? I realize now, because I feel that once I have a shower, I feel greater. And now what does Jesus Christ do in this situation? I realize, Jesus Christ really? Or as he says, go and really have a shower first. When Jesus Christ says, have a shower first before brushing your teeth. Understand? And why is that? Because Jesus Christ says, it's much more worth it for you to look clean and to be nice and refreshing. And that's how I feel as well. I feel that having a shower before you actually have to shave your facial hair and everything like that to look clean and to be able to dwell upon something greater for yourself is a greater way for yourself to look a better way. So you're always making sure that you have more than enough to succeed with every single day. And you're making sure that you are learning very quickly upon what you need to do to love life. So anybody who's going to the pub today to get with some woman, anybody who's going to the pub today to get with some woman over there to drink some beer with the woman, low lives, or they have nothing to do. Those women really, let's say, apparently most of them, really quickly learn early on that those guys are never what they want. So what they do is they leave the guys, and the guys try to find other women who want to go with them to the pub to drink beer. That's it. So what you do is go better than that and go and do something greater. And if somebody never wants you to do fashion photos on the street somewhere because they're calling you something, then make sure you just understand to just do yourself a favor and just lift yourself, regardless of what they're saying. Because you're never bothering them and you're never touching them in life. So you deserve all the success in the world. So if you understand that and you understand straight away how to live life, then that's how you actually do life. You do life successfully, but understand that if you want to be successful, you have to understand that straight away. You never get jealous of somebody who may be with a woman or a man, and you must understand straight away that they deserve success, and if they deserve the promotion and they get it, it's because they deserve it, I promise you. And that's how you understand straight away that what you need to do is deserve greater than them. And there's no lying over here, but if you're successful upon what you're doing every single day, you can straight away see exactly what people are and what they're doing and why they're doing it. Understand? So the whole point is recognizing yourself in a way that you're learning. You have to be learning something along the way. But you meet new people along the way. Everybody's going through a process of helping themselves to succeed in different ways. So make sure you understand that in life you're alone, but then you're never alone, because yes, you are alone and you're never alone as well. So what you do is make sure that you're always understanding that I shave my facial hair before I do my mustache. And why is that? Because I look greater when I actually shave my mustache first. And I actually look greater when I actually shave my nice and beautiful mustache first before the facial hair. Or it's more how I feel. And how I feel is I need to go and do greater to do my facial hair first. But yeah, it's much more how I feel that I go and do my facial hair first and then my mustache hair. Because that's how I feel. And my mustache hair is much more how I feel that it looks greater and greater when I trim it anyway. But I make sure I do my facial hair and mustache hair, because I trim my mustache and also my facial hair at the same time. Because that way I understand either way that I learn to grow like this. I learn to make sure that I'm really being, let's say, somebody who's never rushing anything in a way that I'm rushing the word I. But I'm never ever trying to cut myself, you understand? I'm making sure, you understand, I'm really, really dwelling upon just doing better. And as I do better, I focus upon something better. I focus on a better life. I mean, that's all you have to do, yeah? I mean, all you're doing really is you're loving your life. I mean, you're loving life differently, and you're making sure that you can go and do life in a different way. So I'm better than those people all the time. Whereas now, if you have to always force yourself to do something much greater in life, then go and love your life differently. I mean, love your life so much that you understand straight away how to actually feel upon life differently. And I've been through so much rejection in terms of pleasure with other people. And that's because that's my rejection with myself. And that's because that's an ultimate rejection when you need to do pleasure with other people and other people are rejecting you to do pleasure with other people instead of you. Which that's an ultimate rejection. Which is the worst rejection I've ever seen. That's why Jesus Christ delays gratification. I mean, so no matter what, just be careful with how you're swinging the actual sharp knife or any kind of sharp point, so you never cut yourself. So I realize that no matter what, that I'm really, really careful over here. So I'm focusing on understanding it no matter what. That I want to always be delivering content. So as I deliver content, I'm making sure I'm more successful. But I want them to look at me and I want them to be so jealous of it. I want them and her and everybody to look at me so jealously because anyway, I'm working much greater. And anyway, I'm making sure I have a greater life. And they see that. Eventually they get to the point that they see that Daniel Milivojevic just has a greater life than them. And they say, how? I mean, how does he have a greater life? I mean, for fuck's sake, I never fucking give a fuck about you. I understand, and what I do is I move on. I understand, so every single day, then when I go and grow myself every single day in different ways, I make sure now I'm learning, because nobody wants to listen to me. So you never have to listen to me if you don't want to. So what I do now is I just focus on my ideas and I'm learning, I'm growing. And that's how I spark success now. Because people want to watch you, but they never want to talk for you, and they never want you to be successful, yeah? Which they never want you to be successful. But regardless of them, I'm more successful. I have music at least. I have music to show other people. I'm an electronic music producer. I can show other people music at least in terms of electronic music. I mean, how about you? I understand, so when I'm actually doing something to help myself, I'm making sure you guys understand that you have to do everything I'm doing if you want to be successful like I am. And I'm doing everything I can to succeed. I'm doing the most I can every single day. I'm making sure I'm doing greater and greater and greater. Because that's how it is. And how it is to make sure that you're learning how to do greater is the whole point. I mean, if you can do greater and greater throughout time, and you can focus upon your life, and I feel that other people have connection with me online, and they have a following, approach, they're following me. Whereas because they're following me, whereas when they can see exactly what I'm doing, always. I mean, isn't that beautiful when you can follow someone online? When you have to understand that's how you actually do life greater. So focus on understanding that's why I'm following Jesus Christ as well, because I understand that no matter what, I can find him. I can find him everywhere online. I can find him in the book of the Bible as well. And I'm making sure anyway that what's important is I'm learning very quickly that I'm following Jesus Christ because of how he is. I mean, I stay curious about people. I mean, as I stay curious about people, I'm learning very differently upon something that's helping me move forward. And how do I teach my kids? I say, hey, I made over 800 hours of courses. I mean, go and read for yourself. I mean, if you want to become like Daniel Milivojevic or your father in life, then go and read what your father's doing. But if you never want to read from me, then go read from somebody else. I mean, that's exactly what I teach my kids. I say, I mean, imagine you're my kid. Imagine you're my kid today. I say, hey, I made 800 hours of courses and more. I mean, go and read everything I've done. I mean, that's it. I've already taught you. What I've done. I've taught you about my life already. I just continue my life. I never have to sit with my son or daughter like this to teach them in a way that it's 24 hours of the day to teach them like this. Guess what? It's more how I teach myself more than them. But I say, hey, I already made lots of courses over there. So go over there and teach yourself what I'm doing. And that's the school of greatness, yeah? I lie. Roshi, what are my kids going to high school in for? In terms of what are they starting to learn today? Roshi, my kids, Roshi, they're going to be learning from me everything I'm doing. Roshi, that's it. I never need them to go to high school. I never need my kids to go to high school. I never want my kids to go to high school. I never need them to go to high school at all. I allow them to go. I say, you never need to go. And you can stick with me if you want. But make sure you understand that if I go over here, then make sure you understand that no matter what, that it's their decision. But they may go to, let's say, high school, and I'll just move on to Spain. I'll go to Spain. I'll say, hey, I'm going to Spain. Do you want to stay in this high school, or do you want to come with me? I mean, if you're interested, if you're my son or daughter right now, and you want to go to Cabramatta High School, I say, go to Cabramatta High School. But what I'm doing is I'm going to Argentina. I mean, do you want to stay here, or do you want to come with me in Argentina? I mean, what do you want? I mean, do you want to go to high school? I mean, go to high school, but I'm leaving you. I'm just going to Argentina. I mean, are you coming with me? I mean, it's up to you. I mean, what do you want? I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you can go to, I'll let you to go. I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, you want to go to high school with you 7 people over here in Cabramatta High School, over here in Sydney, Australia, and they all have less than $1 million in their bank account. I mean, go. I allow you to go, but I'm going to Argentina. I'm going to Argentina now. I'm getting on a plane very soon to Argentina. I have to travel. I have to go see all these places. I mean, if you want to go to high school in year 7 and year 8 and year 9 and year 10 with Asian people and year 11 and year 12 for 6 years, well, I go to Argentina, I go to Spain, I go to Ibiza, I go to Egypt, I go to Hong Kong, I go to China. I mean, go ahead. I mean, go to your 6 years of high school then, for fuck's sake. I mean, go ahead. I mean, you understand? So I'll allow you to go. You understand? So that's how that's how I treat my kids in life. So no matter what, now I'm just really, really learning now about how to convince them to follow me instead of follow other people. So making sure that no matter what, if you understand, everybody teaches people differently, but I teach people the best. I teach people the best today, and understanding that I'm alive. I'm always teaching people the best I can, but I'm never, let's say, disruptive in a way to hurt anybody. I never go hurting people. I make sure I'm somebody in a field of what I'm doing. Making sure that my business is successful. I remember Vishen Lakhiani. I was reading from Vishen Lakhiani. I love it. I mean, this was 4 years ago. My grandfather was still alive. And I'm reading from him the Code of the Extraordinary Mind. And he's like, that he was 31 years of age and he has a business. And his business was starting to make $4 a day. And then suddenly he was making $100 a day. And then $200 a day. I'm like, wow. I mean, how do you do that, man? You understand? But he was around 31. But I'm already doing that now. I'm already doing that at 28. I love it. So the thing is now, that since I dedicate myself to learning and growing from people, and that's why I succeed very quickly. I succeed because I'm willing to grow myself. And because I'm willing to grow myself in different ways, I'm willing to study, I'm willing to be a student of the game. I'm willing to understand I had to let go of nightclubs, guys. I had to let go of the woman and having sex with them. I had to let go of going around night time with drug addicts and with people who go to festivals and people who are having orgies. I had to let go of these people. I had to let go of people who I grew up with. I had to let go of many people in my life. I had to block them. I had to go move myself away from the crowd. I had to go travel Australia as well I had to go travel Australia for 1.5 years alone, receiving the government's allowance. I was receiving the government's allowance, guys. I was receiving on average $700 a fortnight for about 1 year and 8 months. You understand? And no girlfriend. And no kids. I had to do that for myself to get to this point. Because otherwise it's a 9-to-5 job. Do you want to travel I mean, do you want to travel 1 year and 8 months around Australia and go to all the places like Hobart, Melbourne, and Adelaide, and Perth, and Darwin, and Alice Springs, and also all these main cities of Australia like Townsville and Cairns and Monique Island and Mooloolaba and Maroochydore and Sunshine Coast, and go to Gold Coast and Australia Zoo and all these places for 1 year, 8 months. I mean, you understand? On $700 a fortnight, or do you want to stay in just Sydney, Australia, and work the 9 to 5 job? And what do you want? I'd rather go travel Australia. I'd rather go travel Australia and receive the government's allowance to do it, and that's it. I mean, what was I doing along the way? I mean, I was doing audio programs, I was doing videos, I was doing my life coaching along the way. I was doing the laptop lifestyle. I mean, it's true. I approach the laptop lifestyle. I live it now. I live that laptop lifestyle. I remember people online on Facebook and how one guy is crouching to kiss a belly of this woman that he had. I realized he made her pregnant. And I see, for fuck's sake, I realized this guy's so successful and he has all this money. And I understand anyway that I was understanding him, and I realized I may have fallen jealous as well, and I was jealous of him. I understand, but guess what? I promise you. Then I started to learn from him, and I say, no, I understand this guy's very successful. I respect him. I respect him. And anyway, that no matter what, I realize now I have so much more than him. I have so much more. I realize even though when I look at the same picture now, I say, good for him, man. I mean, I have so much more than him in life. I can make music. I can show people music, but he can show people his son or daughter. I mean, good for him, man. I can show people music, though. Understand? I can show people more. I can always show people more. Understand? So no matter what I do, I can show people Danny Milivojevic now. Or is he showing his son? And I'm showing Danny Milivojevic. I mean, who is that guy? I'm probably some Scotty D something. I mean, who is he? I mean, where is he around life? I mean, is he greatness? Probably he's greatness. I probably has some greatness, but is he at the top like Danny Milivojevic? Probably fuck no. I mean, fuck no. I mean, go crouch to your sister as well and kiss her baby too. I mean, kiss her baby as well. And kiss your sister's babies as well. I mean, crouch and show people success like that too. I mean, since you kiss your wife's baby like this, I mean, you're kissing your baby's wife, and you're kissing the baby of your wife like this, and you're showing people success, then go and kiss your sister's baby as well. And have your sisters do the same thing as your wife, and go and kiss the baby of your sister. And show people that success too. And then, once that little baby has kids, then go and fucking crouch down to their fucking mothers and sisters, and fucking kiss them as well, and fucking promote them in life. I mean, understand? I realize now that's what I do, always. And every single time, that's the way it is, yeah? I realize no matter what, that you just be successful. Just realize straight away that you learn no matter what that you do greater. Because I understand how great he is. I understand how much he can be greatness in life. So what I do is I teach him how to be great. I teach them because I have no jealousy. I have no jealousy because I'm teaching them everything I can to succeed, and that's what I'm doing always. So I just done some grooming sessions over here. I'm uploading content online. I realize everything's moving forward for myself. I'm staying ahead of the game. I'm making sure anyway, these people over here, in terms of the Serbian people of the planet over here, I make sure I move this nice and beautiful plastic over here. I move it on. And why is that? Because it's already broken anyway, so I'll make sure that I can have these nice and beautiful USBs in my pocket over here. So I'm making sure I'm never getting angry by making sure I'm learning very quickly upon just doing greater. So I have to move forward. I have to move forward quickly. I have to make sure I be careful with the razor sharp scissors I have over here with grooming kit. And just understand they may take away your grooming kit, for example, or scissors. So just show them first and just say, I have grooming scissors over here. And they may allow you to pass around the airports with grooming scissors. So that way you're learning quickly upon what you want to do out of life. And as you're really, really successful, you're just enjoying yourself and making sure that you're doing greater. So if you want to do greater in life, then focus upon helping yourself and other people to be successful is what it's all about. So just go and realize quickly to just enjoy yourself, to honor yourself with people who are around you in a way that you're respecting them but lifting them. And the only way to lift people, really, is to lift yourself first. I mean, go and really, really study the game of talking. I mean, talk is what I'm talking about. I mean, if you can do that, I mean, if you can talk and talk and talk all day long, then you can fucking succeed. I promise you. I promise you, the whole game is talking. I promise you, the game of life is who can talk more. I promise that's the game of life. I promise you, the game of life is who can talk more than other people. And the more you talk, the better. I mean, just understand I'm much more able to go and have a conversation with myself all day long now, because I can teach myself anything I want out of life. I mean, if I want a Ferrari, I get myself a Ferrari very soon, man. I drive a Ferrari around, you understand? And I make sure that I have everything I ever want in this lifetime, very quickly. So I'm saying anyway that my life is going really quick at the moment, so as a 28-year young individual, I'm the fastest grower on the planet. I'm the fastest individual. I'm the most smartest individual on the planet right now. And anyway, I mean, soon you'll see that. I mean, you can see that straight away over time. I'm the fastest individual. I'm the smartest man alive today. I promise you, there's nobody smarter than Danny Blue. I promise you. I promise you that no matter what, that women look for big muscle. I mean, they want 1 centimeter of big muscle. I mean, go ahead. I mean, I go to Spain and Argentina very quickly, and I'm traveling the world. I mean, go and get your 1 centimeter muscle in life. I mean, go. I understand that many women today want 1 centimeter bigger muscle than you in life. So they want a man that has 1 centimeter bigger muscle than you. So guys, I mean, go, please. I say to you, like I say to my kids as well. I say, hey, I mean, you want a big muscle? I mean, you want a big cock? I mean, for fuck's sake, I mean, go over there. I mean, I have bigger cock than all of them. I mean, the same, but guess what? I mean, you want that bigger, whatever it is. I mean, you want bigger muscle over there. I mean, you want bigger cock. I mean, go, please. I mean, go. I mean, go then. I mean, go. I mean, you want bigger cock. I mean, go to that guy over there. I promise that black guy has a big cock for you. I promise you, a big cock for you. I promise that guy can help you to be in Sydney only. I promise you, he'll give you the life in Sydney. I promise you, go. I am going to Ibiza. I'm going to Germany. I'm going to Spain. I'm going to Croatia. I'm going all over the world. I have all the money in the world. I have all the success in the world. I have the kids. I have kids as well. I have kids. I have a wife. I mean, go. Get your one big cock over there. I mean, so I have everything with me right now. I'm never jealous. I mean, I'm single. I'm single too. I'm single. But everything is I'm my wife. I'm my kids. I'm everything. But go over there with him because he's going to teach your kids how to go to Cabramatta High School. I'm pretty sure that black man go to Cabramatta High School. I mean, go ahead. I mean, he teach your kids and kids how to go to high school. I mean, go ahead. Please. I have millions of dollars in my bank account. I'm sure black man and white China man and other people over there have less than $1 million in bank account. I mean, you want bigger muscle? I mean, go ahead. I mean, go over there. Please. I have no time for you in life. I mean, understand? I mean, that's how it is. I mean, they want 1 centimeter bigger muscle. I understand. But what I do is I'm never jealous. But I'm saying, go ahead. And that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point is making sure I just go travel the world now. I mean, you understand? And I realize that these women who are going for me now, they're all lying to me. I lie. Every single one of them are liars. And they just want my success and they want the money behind me. They're going for my money and they're never going for myself. They're never going for my word I. And I already understand straight away what they talk about. Having the woman of a lifetime. I mean, I realize my kids though, kids are something different. I mean, they actually go for your word I. I mean, kids go for your word I promise you, and that's so beautiful. Because they actually love you for who you are. You understand? And that's how it is with kids. But the wife wants your money. She wants your money. But if you want your kids, then guess what? If she goes for the money here, no. If she wants your kids, guess what? She can go for your money. But guess what? Isn't more that she goes for the money over here, or that she goes for you, that she's having kids with you. But it's more likely that she's going for you, isn't she? Now, Jesus Christ says that it's more likely to go for you if she's having kids for you. Understand? So that way you must understand. If you convince them to have kids with you, or if you convince them to have kids with you, then they're actually going for you now. Understand? So the whole point is convince them to go for you. And that's it. in the sense of, if you understand no matter what, that I realise that now. But as I'm more successful, I'm making sure that I regard myself strictly to have more of what I need to succeed with every single day. And I make sure that I'm just loving my life quickly. Because what's the point? Is loving your life in the ways that you're developing. I mean, you're making sure that you're nice and beautiful, and you're making sure that everything's nice and neat in your life every year. Make sure that you're nice and clean always, and you're making sure all the time that you're looking for ways to improve your look always, and you're removing areas from your life where it may look better for you to do so, and making sure always that you're understanding how people are in terms of what they have. So be able to understand how to study yourself in the game of attitude, and making sure you have a greater way of function for yourself, to love your life differently, to make sure that you're showing different photos of yourself always, and being sure to always step up to go and brand yourself with whatever you need in life. So if you understand for myself today, I understand a little bit today. I understand I did some photos yesterday. I understand since I have 1,000 photos, I realize that's already nice and beautiful. I can say it's a nice and beautiful way to say for myself that I'm already learning much quicker about what I'm doing. So that's 500 photos, which is about 50 posts, which is, let's say, 50 divided by 6. Well, it's about 8 days of posts already just made just yesterday. Of 8 days of posts, I realize that's amazing. So what I need to do now is just focus upon lifting myself differently to love my life. And as I lift myself differently, I'm looking for strategies and content to deliver in different ways to make sure that I'm always ahead of the game. I have to be ahead of the game. I have to make sure I understand straight away how I'm doing good, I'm doing great. I can see much more about my mentors in terms of life. I can see straight away how I feel, and I can see straight away it's more how I understand that Dr. Wayne Dyer is also watching, and I understand that no matter what, it's much more how funny I look when I speak about the words of life. But is it funny? I promise you, is it funny to talk in the shower? I promise you not. I promise you, is it funny? I promise you, it's always funny, yeah? I promise you, everything's always funny. And you're always learning much quicker about understanding. You never shame yourself when you're talking words. So whatever you're doing in life is understanding that if you want to talk words in that moment, then it's never a shame for you to talk more words. I mean, the whole idea is making sure that you can go and see something greater for yourself and learn how to talk with yourself all day long. I mean, just learning how to shower and do whatever you need to do daily to make sure that you're prospering and succeeding every single day, and you're focusing on making sure that you can look at the crowd and you can understand how to talk to them is very important. And then you're just being the smartest individual in the world, always, because that's how you have to understand that you're working behind the scenes to make sure that you have all the nice and beautiful dictionary of life. To succeed quickly is what you need to do. But as you succeed, you shall prosper every single time. So focus on understanding that what you need to do daily is love your life completely, to make sure that you have more than enough success daily to live your life forward. Because it's all about teaching people quickly. And if you teach people quickly about life, then you can study the game of art. And you can study what you want out of life. And that's the whole point. I realize the whole point is making sure that you can go and do something that's much more successful in your life, to go and do what you want to do about life, and then make sure you're just prospering very quickly and making sure that you're doing far more than other people. And that's why you can always find the time you need to do in life to have whatever you want. I realize whatever I have in life, I'm ahead of time. I'm ahead of everything in life. Because I can talk into an audio program while doing it. I have the communicational skills to be able to do it. And that's it. I make sure I cultivate that communicational skill. Always. I make sure to go and at least just pump up my music for a bit. I'm making sure that you know. I go straight away to Mounties. I go straight away to give them the money. Because that way I get my nice and beautiful dates on the 28th of May, baby. I get to go and see exactly the information process over here. And making sure no matter what, that I can go very quickly to go and see what I need to do. Now when I'm very successful. I'm very successful when I enjoy myself upon what I do daily. And I'm making sure anyway that as I grow and speak and do my life, in a better way and direction, making sure I'm successful from what I'm doing, because that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point is making sure that you can go and grow yourself differently. So make sure if you want to make more money, then you make more money in front of people while speaking your words. Is how you make money. I mean, in a sense, so focus on understanding that plenty of people are going and saying about cryptocurrency and all this stuff about gold and silver and real estate and all that, but just focus on words, guys. I mean, focus on speaking more words is what you want. I mean, if you can speak more words, then you can actually live life. Actually, it's the best way. Actually, the best way to understand life is understanding how to grow, and as you grow all day long, looking for the nice and beautiful subjects of life. So I understand in Australia they're saying, oh, that they miss out on this life completely. So I never have to miss out, making sure that I'm learning very quickly upon how to succeed quickly, and as I succeed, I'm learning how to actually just study what I need to do daily, to focus upon just speaking upon my life in a way that all words. So words are very beautiful, but understand that what you need to do is always enjoy yourself. I mean, be enjoying yourself in a way that you're showing yourself that when you're washing your hair, I mean, pull the hair all the way to the front, and that way make sure that make sure that your hair is always getting a straightening through your nice and beautiful content over here. So what I'm doing is understand straight away. I just learned something about hair over here, and as I'm learning to grow myself in different ways, I'm learning to use the nice and beautiful handle of my shower to go and give you guys a content that's actually worth it. So what I'm doing is when I shower, I put my hair all the way to the front, and I make sure that I also just wash my hair in a way that my hair is going to the front. So it's like I'm straightening my hair. I'm straightening my hair as well. And what I can do from this point is understand straight away that as I wash my hair and as I do my hair, I give some attention to the hair here. And actually, I just go and just quickly, I dry my hair downwards. First, I dry my hair downwards, and I look to see exactly that nice and beautiful feeling over here. So the whole point is focus upon how you can actually learn the art of what you want. So the whole point is understanding that if you push your hair to the front and let the water drip over the hair, first, that's how I drip my hair in a way that I'll do better. And that's how I wash my hair. And now my hair is something that is growing into a better format. So I'm growing my hair, and I'm going and getting myself a braids. I'm getting myself the African braids, for example. And what they do with African braids is they give you extensions of hair. Well, making sure anyway that what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm understanding that now is the best time for me to get braids, but I want to make sure that anyway, I want to enjoy my hair for my 28th birthday. I want to make sure that no matter what that, I just go without hair braids for now. I'll make sure that no matter what that, I'm learning very quickly upon understanding that I never have a rush about anything, but I want to see how my hair grows. And because my hair grows in different ways, I realize that hair braids can also be undone, or else you can undo your hair braids too. But if you're bleaching your hair in a way that if you're placing colors into your hair, then what happens is your hair starts to get very old and rusty, and then you have to cut it off eventually. Because the hair that goes into different colors eventually goes dead, and then you never want to be carrying dead hair around. I mean, so what you do is if you want to bleach your hair or cut your hair or whatever, then make sure you understand that if you want to cut your hair, then you have to cut your hair at times, but making sure that what you're doing really is you're looking for a nice and beautiful way to do a greater way. So as you do a greater way, just be able to show yourself a different way of colors and what you're doing. But with my beard, I understand that no matter what, that if I go long beard now, it's much more how I feel to go and really study upon how to do that. So I'm understanding that what I do is I have to let my beard go again. And why is that? I mean, why is that? Because it's all different now. Unfortunately, it's all different. And now I'm understanding that no matter what, that I realize at the moment I can let it be for now. But then I understand that no matter what, it's much better for myself over here to let it be for now, and I'll just keep going the way it is. And I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed in different ways. I'm focusing on having a new look for myself in haircut and what I do in daily life. But because I have new hairlines and new haircuts all the time, I'm making sure that no matter what, I have plenty to do every single day. is the whole point. So all the time, just be able to love your life is what I'm saying. So if you love your life today, just understand how Stone Cold says, give me a hell yeah. I mean, you must understand, so make sure you're always understanding that you must live your life in different ways. So as you're doing life in different ways, you're focusing on your health and you're focusing on making sure that you're encouraging yourself and other people to success. Because the thing about me is I create excitement in the air, and there's some nice and beautiful excitement in the air about me, because people want to see me, because I'm brushing that. You have to see me for a long time. I mean, it's been over 1.5 years since they've seen me. I mean, it's actually been 2 years since they actually seen me live somewhere. So they want to come and give me some money to see me. Or else anyway, so what I do is, if they never want to give me money, then they never deserve to see me, and that's it. Or if true friends give you some money, I mean, you see? So when you ask for some money, or else when I ask you for $10,000 and you give it to me, then you're my friend. But if I ask you for $1 million and you never give it to me, then you're never my friend, are you? If I ask you for $1 million and you give it to me, then you're my friend. Then you're really my friend. So what I do is I focus on helping myself to succeed by giving you money when you ask for it. How about I give you whatever you ask. If you want all the money in the world from me, I give you all the money in the world all the time. So I'm focusing on making sure I'm delivering content always to love my life differently. And I focus upon understanding that I'm lifting my life to make sure I have always something much more to deliver. So as a deliverer, I feel that other people are just trying to tell me what to do in life. So what I do is I focus upon understanding to just be careful upon the doors over here. I'm not saying that no matter what that I feel, I have to place my legs much tighter in terms of a grip on the door, so I never ever have somebody hit me. So I'm understanding that. So if somebody may walk into the door, just grip the door in a way you close the door completely, and make sure that you are never ever hurt by other people. I mean, that's the whole point, yeah? And the whole point is making sure that you talk to yourself more than other people, and that way you're doing a greater job. I mean, you're making sure that you can go and do something today to help your life succeed is the whole point. So what I'm doing now is I'm always dressing up now. I'm dressing up for the occasion to make sure everything's nice and clean. Whereas my jeans are nice and clean over here. Making sure I do have enough content to go around today. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning always to just go and deliver better. I'm delivering better something. I make sure I can go and vacuum my house over here. And I can go and vacuum this product over here. But guess what? I'm going to show you. If you understand, for example, that as I travel around the world, I never vacuum. I never vacuum unless I'm at my biological dad's house. I mean, in a sense, so I just vacuum quickly. Because there's some rocks on the floor over here somewhere. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I never want to step on these rocks. So I'm understanding that either way. But what I do is I do a greater job by also making sure that if I have any kind of, let's say, belts on my jeans, then I never ever tie up my jeans when I have a belt. I mean, understand? So if you have shoelaces on your jeans, but you place a belt on, then place your shoelaces just inside of the jeans and tighten everything up with a belt instead. That way I never tie up the shoelaces on my jeans and the belt. I just tie up the belt only. And that way I make everything much more worth it. I make sure you guys understand that on jeans, for example, you have shoelaces that you can tie up your jeans together with the shoelaces. But I never do that when I have a belt. I understand? I make sure the shoelaces just go inside the actual jeans or the shorts, because my actual belt is something that I tie around the actual jeans anyway. So why do you want to tie up the shoelaces and the belt together? I mean, just tie up the belt together and just tie up the belt only. And the shoelaces is something that just goes inside of the actual pants, and that's it. I mean, it's because you already have the actual belt that's actually tightening your shorts or jeans. So that's the whole point, yeah? So when I'm actually fashion modeling, I'm making sure that you guys understand quickly that I never ever go and fashion model a jumper under a jacket, because there's no need for that. I mean, there's no need for a jumper to be under a jacket. I mean, saying why is that? Because it's either wear a jumper or else it's either wear a jumper or a jacket. I mean, which one do you want? I mean, wear a jacket then. I mean, get a bigger jacket. I mean, that's what I mean. So what you want out of life is to succeed differently. So make sure you understand, when I wear socks, I place my socks halfway into my shoes, so I make sure I always show my ankles. And I show my ankles with my socks always. And I'm making sure you guys understand quickly that other people love to show their socks all the way in terms of all the way up. And they love to show all the way up their socks, for example, because they feel that they are unattractive, and that's why. I promise you, that's why they do it, but they never want to say that. I mean, in a sense, that's why I'm showing you guys that it's much more attractive to show your ankles than to show your socks. In a sense, so that's why I'm showing you now. If you want to understand any kind of fashion tips from me, you understand to always show your ankles. I mean, show your skin more. I mean, as soon as you can show your skin more, then you can actually go and do greater upon life to go and succeed. So focus on yourself and helping yourself to succeed daily is what it's all about. So as I go to Mounties now, I make sure that I ask my biological dad to borrow his car quickly to go to Mounties. And I just have to go and quickly do my life in a better way. So as I focus upon something about life, I make sure I'm always wearing a jacket from May, in terms of from May, I mean at the beginning of May to September, I'm wearing a jacket in Sydney because it's always cold, and I may also be somewhere until 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock at the evening, and guess what happens? Then fucking nighttime comes and fucking gets cold. So that's why I bring a jacket with me, always. I make sure anyway that as I straighten my hair, I only ever straighten my hair with hot water. So I see plenty of women today and people who have long hair who use a hair straightener. I never use a hair straightener to straighten my hair. I go and water my hair, and I place hot water on my hair, and I straighten my hair with hot water, and that's it. If you understand how to do that, then understand that's how you actually live life. I mean, you live life much better by making sure that you have more than enough oxygen and everything that you need to succeed. So when I was a smoker before, I had no oxygen, guys. I had no oxygen to even breathe. I mean, in the sense of what I do is never carry shoes to the toilets if you're just grabbing a towel from the toilet. I mean, understand? Because if unless you're actually carrying the actual shoes, then it's actually different. But water the towel and then go and do some nice and beautiful shoe shining. I mean, do some shoe shining before you leave your house, in terms of your biological family's house or any kind of apartment where you live. But make sure you understand that you're living always in the word I. Never forget your word I, because the word I is what you want. So what I do now is I make sure to just grow myself, and I'm just making sure that no matter what, I realize that if you have chewing gum underneath your actual shoe line, then make sure you are somebody who understands how to bring it off. Go and take it off somehow. Why do you have to walk around with chewing gum under your shoe? So I'm actually learning that now. So every single time, just find some kind of scraper or something like that where you can go and find to go and deliver a better kind of photo for yourself if you want. But anyway, if you're somebody who's like that, and if you understand that's the way it is, and if you want to make sure that you're promoting that, then you can promote it if you want. So for myself, I just let it be. I make sure that no matter what, that I find myself some new shoes anyway, by making sure that no matter what I do, that some people throw chewing gum on the floor and then it sticks to your shoe. Understand? Or then it sticks to your shoe and then it looks like that. Understand? So make sure you understand that what you need to do is focus upon being better upon life to make sure that you're delivering content. But if you make an event, then make sure you're showing up for the event, please. Make sure you discipline yourself to show up for the event, please. Because you're promoting the event for 1 month, so please be able to book the room right away. If you are booking a room over there, and if you book the room, please, and just go and grab the actual room, and that's it. Just be able to understand to start off with a 100 capacity and more in your actual dorm of your nice and beautiful seminar, and then understand that you never ever go to church with other people, please. Never go to church with other people, because what you want to do with that is go and be the person who's giving the church instead. Never be on the receiving end of life, but be on the giving end of life instead. It's much more of a blessing to give than to receive. Understand? Why is that? I'd rather be the giver than the receiver. Understand? I'd rather be the giver. Jesus Christ understands although that he'd rather also be a giver. He'd rather be giving than receiving. I understand, because that's the way it is, yeah? I mean, just give more than you are receiving. Alright, now, anyway, that receiving and giving is equal, but if you have to choose to give or receive, then choose giving. I mean, giving is much better. I mean, it's much better when I give you the audio than when I have to watch you giving me the audio. Understand? I mean, that's the difference, yeah? So I'm making sure that you understand that as I give more than I take, and that's the more, I mean, it's more how I feel, yeah? So make sure you understand that what I want to do always is I want to study upon a nice and beautiful way of fashion for myself to grow in different ways. So I'm always cleaning my ears while I'm doing my actual audio program. So I'm placing my cotton tips, in terms of my cotton earbud tips, into my ears right now. And I'm just cleaning my ears while I'm doing an audio program. And I'm just learning very quickly upon how to interest myself. I have to interest myself daily. I have to make sure that you have all the content you need to succeed daily. And that way I go and prosper. I need to prosper and succeed, Dave. I have to prosper and succeed differently to make sure I have more than enough of what I need. So instead of going and placing $500 into a car registration or insurance in cars, I go and make a $500 seminar for 8 hours so that people can come watch me instead. In the sense, so instead of giving a car registration of insurance company $800, I get the $800 or $500 and I place it into making an event on my birthday or any kind of day where I make an event of people and I promote this whole event for 1 month, and I give $800 to my promotion of my company instead, where I can go and give information of Jesus Christ and more. And I'd rather do that than place money into a car insurance or something like that. I realize now most of the people on the planet are doing that, and they're making themselves give $800 for car insurance while I give money to make a seminar and I book a room. I book a room and then I promote my business cards the whole month, and I promote an event every single month with $800 while they are placing that money into a car insurance. In a sense, what I do is greater than them. So make sure you do what I do. And that way you understand straight away that some people promote their events for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years ahead of time. I mean, in a sense, what you need to do is you need to grow yourself quickly and make sure you're selling out events and arenas everywhere. And making sure that you're finishing off everything. I have to eat the hummus and bread before I go. I have to drink 1 soy milk before I go as well. I make sure I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. And making sure how I succeed is how I understand life. So I'm understanding anyway that I save some time over here. I save at least 1 hour of time because I understand I'm swapping the listening for music. There's a listening to music to go and do my life coaching event. So I understand I save 1 hour of listening time over here. I save listening to my music as I doing live coaching. Alright, now I write that into my financial tracker over here. I make sure also to go and dwell upon making sure that I can go and write my spending tracker over here, where I can go and also do MyGov. And now I have to go do MyGov over here. So I'm understanding that what I want to do first is I want to go and give the money first over there. And I want to make sure that people can understand me over here, where I have an event coming up, so I have to be very much more important to get myself ahead of the game to get there. So what I do to get there is I talk and talk and talk and talk. I talk myself there. I talk myself to get there. Whereas if you want to achieve your dreams, then you have to talk yourself there. I mean, that's it. I realize, how do I achieve a Ferrari now? I have to talk my way there. That's it. And since I actually talk to myself more than other people, I make sure I'm more successful than other people. And that's why I'm learning very quickly upon how to succeed. And I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do to place my nice and beautiful attitude of life differently. So I'm always learning that what I want to do is different in terms of life. But if you understand how I joke around with my biological dad, and Jesus Christ can see that, or else he sees, or else I give him a towel, but he has already a towel, or he's putting a towel over here. I give him an extra towel, and then I close the actual closet because he wants to put it back in the closet. I really joke around with him, but he never realizes this, so I realize I'll just move on. Because what's important for myself over here is understanding now, my hair is actually growing right now. What I want to do is I want to make sure that my hair is somehow nice and beautiful. So I realize that what's important for myself is I've realized now my hair over here has to go and change, and I have to look at much better. I have to get some nice and beautiful ways of life over here. So what I do is understand now that as I grow myself in different ways, I'm looking at my hairline over here and making sure that I have more than enough over here to succeed. So I said my grandfather was laughing because I'm joking around with my biological dad, but he has no idea about this. So I'm making sure anyway, I look great. I'm making sure that I can look at the color of the patterns over here and making sure anyway that as I grow differently, I'm making sure I have more than enough over here to just really succeed differently. But as I grow my hairline, I make sure that I have more than enough hair on my head. But guess what? I mean, Jesus Christ is saying to just let it be this way. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that I can realize how I can just let it be this way. I promise you, it's just how it is, isn't it? Or it's just new for me. So make sure that I can go and really style my hair somehow. So as I understand that Jesus Christ just goes and lets it be like this somehow. And as I just let it be, I just go and do something different. That's very new for me, and that's it. I just let it be. I promise you, and that's it. I make sure that I go. I make sure I ask my biological dad to just get the car, and I just tell him I have to go to Mounties. I have to go and do the event.